never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gon' do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gon' do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes.
Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku was a Sorcerer, part 3 I think. I think it's 3. But before we begin our, episode, I'm going to go back and see, there's a couple What Ifs that I'm going to redo. So we'll just go through the list real fast. Let's see. There's some old ones that I want to completely redo. I don't like how I put it. Maybe 1, maybe 2. It all depends how I feel. I'm definitely going to redo What if Deku was Shoto's... What if female Deku was Shoto's Todoroki's sister? And I'm going to redo this. What if Shoto Todoroki had a twin sister with no Izuku version? That's pretty much the only one I'm going to have to redo, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. So, enough about me rambling on about old series. Because I didn't like how I made, after looking back on it, I kind of didn't like how I made Kinide her personality set. So, I'll change it. And, completely new story. I'm just curious what I'm going to do with it, but that's be down the line. So, where we left off, Izuku, dominated that fight. And tortured that poor guy. Because I just rewatched the episode, but I don't know what I name Kikyo's familiar. I don't quite remember. Actually, let's small pause. I'll figure it out right here. Okay, I'm back. It's Lily. I totally forgot about it because it's been like a while since I've done this one. So as we're gonna cut back to at Midoriya's manor with the Lionhearts. They're discussing what they're gonna do next. And Kikyo, I don't believe she's begun her search yet, but she's going to. So enough about that. As Sashi, I think my daughter is quite ready to bring your little scamp of a boy to his fate. As Sashi started laughing. He's like, "You make it sound ominous." As they're having fun. They're just being friendly because they're old friends. As she's like, "My daughter's quite hurt. I'm also a little peed off that you didn't really tell your son about this early on. Yeah, he didn't take it too well. Like I said before, he's a bit of a free spirit. Now he's, venturing off in the world. As Cassandra's like, why didn't you just bring him back? Inka, you have the ability. Yeah, I do, but maybe like my husband said a little bit ago, maybe this newfound freedom will cool some of his attitude. Maybe this newfound freedom will, relax him a little bit. Once he's had his fun, or when your daughter, drags him back, maybe he'll have a change of heart." As suddenly there's a loud explosion, as there's people screaming, as all of them go out, even Kikia, and she's like, "What the hell's going on? Master Midoriya, we're being attacked by the Warlocks and the witches. Apparently, they've joined forces. They're at the gate." As all of them portal After, sorry, Inka opens a portal. And she's like, alright, let's get this done. As they walk through, as they see the walls are damaged, they've been throwing fire spells at it. And she's like, huh, look at the mighty Midoriya's. As the witch says, shut up. As he's, he doesn't like that, but he's like, you massacred quite a lot of warlocks. We might not get along with the warlocks so much, but they're still family. Vengeance must be repaid. As Inka starts laughing, it's like, vengeance? Are you serious? You're idiot. Those idiots kidnapped my son and tried to steal his magic abilities. You only think that wouldn't be no repercussions? If you didn't, you're stupid. You're pathetic. As she looks over, you didn't mention that part, Warlock. Shut up. As he throws a fireball at Inka. As Inka, stops it with her hand, as it stops in, it just straight up stops in the air. As she twirls around her hand, huh? Very decent spell for a beginner. As she throws it back right at the dude, disintegrating him. As all the warlocks go in for a rush attack, as Asashi steps forward, as he just unleashes a huge amount of electricity coming from his hands, as shocking all of the warlocks, frying them to a crisp, as the witch is like, stop, everyone, stand down. As the warlocks, the survivor warlocks, like, what do you mean? We could take him out now. As she's like, you didn't tell me that you kidnapped the heir of the Midoriyas. And she's like, Inko was your name? Yes. Where is the boy in question? She's like, he's not here. As, one of the warlocks, start laughing. Yeah, because he's probably dead by now. As, Inko, like, what do you mean, Warlock? Oh, we know your son took, left. So we send several people after him. The first 2 waves were disappointing, but the third will definitely get the job done. As the witch curses him, as she's like, you did what? I warned you to leave. Trying to steal someone's magical abilities is forbidden. You know the laws. As the warlocks don't really follow the laws very much. As the warlocks like, kill them then. As they're fighting each other now. As Inka goes in, as everyone starts fighting against the warlocks. As that's going on, as several hours of a bloody battle, the warlocks there that were all killed off. Their head honcho wasn't stupid. He knew something like this was going to happen eventually. So, as we cut back to like a hooded man in a black hood, several hooded figures, as they're all around the orb, seeing what's happening. Damn it. First plan failed. Second, I guess we're going to plan B. Sir, what do you mean? Brother, what do you mean? I guess we're going to have to, the Midoriyas and the Lionhearts are too powerful. Now with the witches, apparently, we're most likely going to join their side, traitors. Normally, I wanted to kill the boy straight off the bat, but we'll need his power. Send some more. But our numbers are limited, sir. As, he shocks them. No, as he, pushes him with magical force. As he, I know it kind of sounds like a force push, but it's a magical, force push. Basically, what that is, Jedi's are basically magical powers. So, as he pushes him back into the wall, as he curses him, as he's, being tortured, he said, "Don't question my orders. Don't question your, don't question your betters. Do what I said." As he waves his hand, as his curse disappears, he's like, "Yes, sir. Yes, yes, elder." As, Dai smiles. "Soon, Midoriya. Soon, Izuku Midoriya. Your powers will be mine. With your with your powers in mine, I'll wipe out the Midoriyas and the Lionhearts with ease. It's a shame that your parents, nor you, nor your true potential, but I do. I've seen the visions. You're going to be a very dangerous sorcerer. It's best I cut that future short." As we cut back to Inko and the witches, as they're sitting at a table, as they're like, "I didn't know they went after your son. All they told us that you started a war." As Asashi's like, "Yeah, my wife, she's very protective over my son. You should be too, husband. Yes, I do care for the boy, but I'm not going to start a war over a misunderstanding." "Misunderstanding? They kidnapped him when he left the manor." And, Kikios listened to this. As she gets the gist of it, what happened after she left. And she's like, "Inko?" "Yes, Kikyo." She explained her story. And she's like, "Huh, so that makes a lot of sense. So those warlocks must have captured him." As the witch, speak up. "So the warlocks most likely captured him after you left." As Cassandra looked at her daughter. So you did leave though. So you did leave." And she's like, "I'm sorry, Mom, but I just wanted to, I was young. I was still very young, and I wanted to go out somewhere besides, the property." And she's like, "It's fine, daughter. I'm glad, finally you told me. Would have been nice if you told me sooner. But, as Seth, I think I named him Seth, but, let me make sure I got his name right. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys." Seth's just like, "All right, wife. Think our daughter feels bad enough as it is." She's like, "Very well." And so, as Inko pitch in, "So I rescue my son, eradicate all the warlocks there. Then I didn't want my boy to be damaged and didn't want any psychological damage, so I erased the whole experience from him." As Kikyo's like, "What? You tell me he doesn't even remember me?" As he's like, "Yes, I did not know that. If I did, I should have read his memories first before I erased them, but sorry." As she bows, as Kikyo's visually upset, as her mother's like, "You can't blame her. She's just doing what's best for her son." And she's like, "Fine. This is going to make it a whole lot harder to convince him to come back." As Inko's like, "I think convincing him to come back here is a futile error. I think you might have to force him. After all, you are his betrothed, so I'll leave that in your hands, my dear." She's like, "Thank you." As I will. as they discuss what they're gonna do. So I'm officially apologizing for the Warlock's actions. I didn't realize they were doing this. It's strictly against the Warlock and Witches law to steal someone's own magical power. It's very disturbing. It's totally forbidden for a reason. As you know, she's physically upset. I don't know the name of this witch. She's like a major figure in the story. So I'll figure out her name. No, let's just name her Scarlet. Okay, this Scarlet straight up. As she's like, I officially apologize, Inca Midoriya, as the head of the witches. Scarlet, as you know, Lady Scarlet, are you sure you want to apologize to sorcerers? And she's like, yes, we have. Yes, it's true that me and your kind, especially your family, we have a history. We have a very shaky history, but I should have never acted on this without getting the full explanation. This is gonna be a civil war. As you know, she's getting stressed out a little bit. As Inka's like, it's fine, Miss Scarlet. Maybe we could, maybe we're talking now. That's a good thing. Maybe we could edge our two organizations to a lasting peace. I'm, I'm mostly, will be able to look over the actions of the Warlocks. As you know, not Izuku, sorry, Asashi says. What do you mean overlook it? They try to kill our son. And she's like, yes, dear, but we must maintain balance between all four factions. After all, the Lionhearts were the Majora's enemies a long time ago, but our ancestors made peace, and I think it's about time we make peace with the witches. Maybe the warlocks are out of the question, but at least we could do peace talks with the witches. It's long overdue. Don't you say, Miss Scarlet? As she smiles, she's like, huh, yeah, you're kind of right. I'm tired of this conflict between sorcerers, the sorceress against witches. It's very frustrating. We're all magical beings. Given, I don't know why, the Warlocks have a deep hatred for the dragonkin in your bloodlines, but we don't hold no ill towards dragonkin. Dragonkins are very important for the survival of the dragonkin blood is very important for the survival of all magical beings, all magical wielders, per se. So as they go through the peace talk, as they're like, but I'm afraid, Inko and Asashi, I'm afraid the Warlocks were not going to give up on your son. They'll most likely, by the judge what he said, they're going to probably send a whole lot more Warlocks to hunt him down. As Asashi's like, maybe so. But they won't know what hit him. My son's not as weak. After all, he took me on. As, you know, Kennedy is like, what? And Seth is like, what? Yeah, when he left, when I told him that he had to marry your daughter, he had no choice in the matter. He had to uphold his responsibilities as a part of the Midoriya family. He kind of lashed out and we kind of fought a little bit. And when we confined him into his quarters, he kind of broke out, hurt a couple of the guards, and portaled away. Don't know how he learned that spell, but my guess is someone left a very sensitive book in his room. as the maid goes, I'm sorry, it probably was my fault. I might have mixed the two books up away. And, Ingo starts laughing. He's like, it's quite all right. My sweet old boy would have figured out how to escape eventually. Don't worry, no, you won't be recommended. So as they continue their peace talk, as they sign it in blood, good. I look forward to continuing this new relationship, as Asashi says, as she shakes Scarlet's hand. He's like, likewise, Asashi. You're a lucky woman, Inko. You have a level-headed husband. Most men are very hot-headed and power-hungry. She smiles. She's like, yeah, Sashi's a unique one. As she's like, no hard feelings. As Inko, she has no problems with witches and everything like that. But Warlock, she hates them. And she's like, it's fine. You were misleading in some information. I don't hold any grudge. Even though you kind of damaged our walls a little bit. She smiles. As Scarlet smiles. Like, we could fix that for you. Oh, it's no problem. We have people on it already. As they do, their little talks, and it's like, but one day I would like to request, a meeting with your son. He's very intriguing, boy. What do you mean? Well, according to Warlocks, they've been having premonitions, apparently. I don't trust them. I just thought it was a grab for power, but apparently they predicted that your son's going to be very powerful. I don't know how accurate it is. We don't, us witches, don't really focus on premonitions. They're a 50-50 chance, so it's all hopscotch to us, but I would like to judge the boy's power and just to see what type of person he is, personally, because eventually he is going to take over the Midoriya family, is he not? As Sashi's like, yes, he's the heir of the Midoriyas, the only heir. And she's like, yes, for future heir, I want to make sure that our alliance has good relations from this current leader to the next. As Inko's like, you're smart. I like you. As they bond a little bit. Like, yeah, you're a very vicious woman, but I understand. I think me and you are gonna be great friends. As we cut to Izuku. No, we'll cut to Kikyo. As they leave after a day. As Kikyo's getting ready. As she's like, daughter, where are you going? To get my betrothed, of course. Judging by what the witches said, and judging by how the warlocks are acting, they're going to be after him. I don't know how many they're going to send. I know, Ingo, that Izuku's powerful, but I don't think he could handle a whole army of them. And she agrees. Very well. If you have to drag my son by his hair, do it. I give you my blessing. Maybe you could, tame the boy, because I sure can't. And he doesn't really care for me very much, as Asashi says. Yeah, Seth is like, what do you mean, old friend? He's like, no, he's thinking I'm plotting something. I have some sort of, I'm playing, apparently, he thinks I'm playing him as a pawn in my own, evil game, apparently. It's probably my grandfather's influence, as you know. But didn't you? Yeah, I guess my grandfather, gave him some ideas after we banished him. That's going to be another issue we're going to have to deal with eventually. As that happens, we cut to Midoriya. As he's in his house practicing, magic spells and all that. Master, yes, we have visitors. judging by the magical aura, they have very ill will intent. They're warlocks. Here's a lot of them. As he portals, as you know, as all of the warlocks surround the house, as they all combine their fire into one blast, as they unleash it, try to blow up the house with Izuku in it. As Izuku, as you know, he's like, damn it, I gotta act fast. As he slams his head on the ground, creating a green force field around the house. As the smoke's clear, it's like, damn it. Figured that wouldn't, do the job. I'm surprised he has so much magic to protect the whole house. Interesting. I wonder what else he has. As Izuku walks out the door, as he's like, Izuku Midoriya, come surrender quietly. The transfer will be easy and simple, and you might actually survive this time. As Izuku's like, so you're done trying to kill me now? And it's like, kind of. We might kill you anyways after we, if you give us trouble, but we're going to be siphoning that power, that neat power of yours. As Izuku's like, you're not siphoning anything, Warlock. The only thing you're going to get is a quick death. As we're going to stop it there. I know, it's a cliffhanger. I'm going to think about the next part eventually. So, hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones. All right, bye.